Hi, everyone. Welcome to Raise Your Vibration from Fear to Fabulous, a new series of calls that we've been doing in the Dancing Jaguar community as a way to remember that self care is so important when we're going through challenging times. So, I want to start just by creating some sacred space for all of us. So if you wouldn't mind, everybody, please take a candle and light your candle if you feel called to do so. And as we do that, let's just take a moment to tap into our heart space together and to really feel into that feeling of love and connection and compassion. And let's just take a moment to let the world slip away from outside of us and let's just focus on us, our connection to this call and to the people on the call and to your mental health, your heart space, your feelings. And let's just spend some time together with some radical self care. Well, thank you for being here, everyone. And I am so excited to introduce my co host for tonight. Her name is Twinkle Marie Manning, and she has offered retreat leadership and workshop facilitation for many years. She's a spiritual guide and interfaith minister, currently serving as the contract minister for the UU congregation in Waterville, Maine. Twinkle is also a semi retired media professional, award winning television producer, author, artist, and poet. So we are so lucky to have her here with us tonight. She's also the founder of TV for Your Soul and the Empowering Women Signature Series. So I want to thank you so much for being here tonight, Twinkle. And would you say hello to our audience, please?
Hi, everyone. Hi, Ava. Thank you so much for having me be your guest on this amazing program that you have.
Thank you. And can before we dive into our program that we've planned for tonight, would you share a little bit about your name because you do twinkle. There's a glow about you, but how did your name come about so we can get to know you a little better?
Oh, wow. So many years ago, more than 20 years ago, I had a colleague of mine who was having a rather difficult day. And I just arrived back from a lunch break and walked into the room, and she said, "Oh, thank goodness you are here. You make everything better. You twinkle." And she started calling me Twinkle thereafter, and had everyone else calling me Twinkle thereafter, saying, "You make everything better and you light up the room." Over the years, I've tried to escape from initially tried to escape from what seems like a silly name for an adult woman to have, but as soon as nicknames conversations would come up, people would say, "No, that fits. That's a good one for you." And so I've, rather than run away from it, I've embraced it.
I think it's fabulous and it really fits you. So will you tell us a little bit about what you are going to be sharing with us tonight and how we can experience some of your magic?
Sure. Well, as you mentioned, I do different uh, a number of different paths that I've had over the years, and one of them is writing and also ministry. And as part of my writing ministry and publishing ministry, I have published a series of reflection and blessing books. The one I'm featuring today is the 30 Days of Reflection. I'm not sure if that's showing a mirror image or not,
No, it's not.
but it's a little journaling book, but not journaling in a daunting way, journaling in a guided, prompted way with a little bit of space to write your thought in. And so what I've done is I've compiled a number of different quotes from various known people, mostly famous people, and I've put them in, and then I've offered a meditative prompt. And that's what I'm going to be offering tonight is a glimpse at this particular book. But as I mentioned, there's, I think, 7 in this particular series right now. And in June this year, 2025, we'll be launching the next one called Summertime Reflections.
Okay, and would you like us to start diving into that immediately?
Sure. If everyone who's watching would like to take a moment to either pause this briefly while you gather a writing utensil and a piece of paper, or you can do this right on your computer or your phone, I suppose, if you have that nearby as well. And what I'm going to do is just what I said. I'm going to read a quote and then I will offer a prompt and then have time for you to write what calls to you in response to that prompt. And so the first one is a quote by Parker Palmer. And he says, "Before I can tell my life what I want to do with it, I must listen to my life telling me who I am. Before I can tell my life what I want to do with it, I must listen to my life telling me who I am." And so, with that in mind, what is your life telling you? And again, if you'd like to pause this video for just a moment and write down a sentence or two, what is your life telling you? The next prompt is a quote by Tara Brach. And she says, "Happiness lies not in finding what is missing, but in finding what is present. Happiness lies not in finding what is missing, but in finding what is present." And the prompt for that is, what gifts are present in your life? Feel free to pause this video while you write just a couple of sentences down. The third quote is from Brene Brown. She says, "I don't have to chase extraordinary moments to find happiness. It's right in front of me if I'm paying attention and practicing gratitude. I don't have to chase extraordinary moments to find happiness. It's right in front of me if I'm paying attention and practicing gratitude." And so the writing prompt for that is, what experiences are you most grateful for? What experiences are you most grateful for? Pause. Sandra D. Robinson says, "The well you drink from is the well you think from. The well you drink from is the well you think from." Which well are you drinking from? How is this evident in your thinking, speaking, feeling, and actions? Which well are you drinking from? How is this evident in your thinking, speaking, feeling, and actions? And again, feel free to pause the video while you write a few sentences. Rob Lowe's quote is, "Anytime an opportunity scares you that much, you should seriously consider saying yes." Anytime an opportunity scares you that much, you should seriously consider saying yes. And the writing prompt for that is, what opportunity would you say yes to if you were unafraid? What opportunity would you say yes to if you were unafraid? And pause to write a few sentences. And the final quote I'll offer for this program today is one from me, and it's inspired through a service that I curated several years ago that turned also out a poem at the same time. The quote is: "One thing is certain, we are all on borrowed time. Every moment alive, we get to choose where our time reserve goes, how we spend it, and who we allow draw from it. Perhaps our greatest responsibility is truly to be mindful of our time." And the prompt: who, where, and to what do you really want to dedicate your time? Who, where, and to what do you really want to dedicate your time? And pause and write a couple of sentences about that. Next, I'd like to offer a guided meditation. If you would like to close your eyes, if you wish, and settle into this moment and breathe, take a deep breath in and a long breath out. And again, deep breath in and long breath out. You work so hard and so much for everyone around you. What would it look like to prioritize you? Deep breath in and long breath out. Think about what you would like your summertime to consist of this year. And breathe in and out as you think about summertime. Relax. What would it mean for you to have your dream come true kind of summer? Relax some more. Think about your favorite kind of summer. Relax your eyes. Relax your face. Think about your favorite place to be in summertime. Relax your legs, your seated position. Think about your favorite thing to do in summertime. Another deep breath in and long breath out. Relax your arm. Are these what your first thoughts were when asked what to think about? What you would like your summertime to consist of? What would you like your summertime to consist of this year? Picture yourself there doing that. Relax your shoulders. Are you with others or in solitude in that moment? What are you doing? What are you wearing? Where are you in this summertime image? What would you like your summertime to consist of this year? Visualize yourself living the summer of your most favorite dream. Relax your cheeks. In this image of your favorite summer, feel the air around you. How does it feel on your face, on your skin? Smell the air. If you're not already outside in this image, please step outside in this summertime. You see the moonlight or sunlight. Touch the ground in your vision with your hands, with your feet. How does the ground feel? Relax your feet. How does the ground feel now? How do you feel? Glance around you. What is the farthest image you can see in your dream's mind eye? What is the nearest thing to you that you could touch if you just reached out your hand? Smile. Now turn back and go inside of where you are in this favorite summertime. And when you are back inside, where are you entering into? What does it look like inside your summertime favorite place? What colors are around you? How does it feel to be there? Relax and breathe deeply. This is your summer. This is your summer. Let's stay here in your summer for just a moment more. Breathing. Remember to breathe. Deep breath in, long breath out. Remember the time is now to create what brings you joy. The time is now to bring joy to your life. There's a Navajo proverb and prayer that says, "When you were born, you cried and the whole world rejoiced. Live your life so that when you die, the world cries and you rejoice." When you were born, you cried and the world rejoiced. Live your life so that when you die, the world cries and you rejoice. Let the sentiment of that echo through your bones and blood. Claim the summertime that you desire. Create the joy that you cherish. And as you are ready, turn your head from side to side. Wiggle your fingers and move your shoulders, your feet, your toes. Touch your nose. Open your eyes and smile.
That was beautiful. I got a very clear vision of how and where I want to be spending time this summer. And I really am making it a priority for me to spend time doing things that bring me joy this summer. So thank you for that because I feel like it set me up for success because now I can already see those things that I really want to be doing. And I also want to share you for those writing prompts because I have some challenges just sitting down and journaling. Excuse me. And for me, one of the secrets I've discovered for setting aside time to really be successful with journaling is using prompts. So
Mhm.
those prompts were beautiful, and I look forward to just taking some time to really dive into those. So thank you. They were really beautifully thought out and very inspiring.
My pleasure. I certainly use them in my own writing work as well. And I've had people come up to me or send me an email saying that they'd never journaled before, but even just doing this started them on a journaling journey that they had never envisioned before. And you just take it step by step wherever you are.
Mhm. And one of the other things that I've had success with journaling is writing the question with my dominant hand and writing the answer with my non-dominant hand. That is something that I've really enjoyed because some things that I don't anticipate at all come out of this non-dominant hand when I'm answering some of those questions. So is that something that you have experienced as well?
It's not my regular practice. I have definitely done it a few times, and it isn't it amazing how different it is? Yes.
Yes. Yes. So I want to just focus on our listeners for just a second to remind you how important self care is at this point in time because we're surrounded by chaos and confusion and division, and it can feel really overwhelming sometimes. So, taking time out of your busy schedule to just allow yourself to connect, like we just did with Twinkle in this beautiful guided meditation or with her writing prompts. It is so important that we find time each and every day to allow ourselves to tap into that place of peace within. And over the past few times we've done this call, we have shared some different techniques that you can use. We have done emotional freedom technique, tapping for anxiety or stress. We've talked about sound healing and how solfeggio frequencies are frequencies that resonate with your chakras, and you can listen to sound healing meditations on or programming or music on YouTube. Just look up solfeggio frequencies, and you'll find lots to choose from there. And we have talked about being outside in nature and walking barefoot in the grass, sitting next to a tree, hugging a tree, just taking time to be in nature. That by itself is very healing and grounding. We've talked about singing in the shower. Really let it belt it out when you're in the shower. That just feels so good and it really raises your vibration doing that. Dancing, for me, I love listening to specific podcasts that really inspire me and get me all excited about possibilities and new ways of thinking, exploring different ways of framing things that are going on in the world. So if you have some favorite podcasters that are really uplifting and inspiring for you, not the news ones, but other ones that are really tapping into high vibrational content, then I encourage you to take some time to listen to some podcasts as well. I do want to share that the next Raise Your Vibration call will be held on Monday, July 23rd at 7 p.m. And my co host that night will be Chelsea Short, who I am so excited to bring into this community. And you are going to love her very much. I can't wait to have everybody connect with her as well. So, is there anything else you would like to share with our listeners before we close our call for tonight, Twinkle? Oh, how about your website?
Oh, that's great. So my primary website is twinklesplace.org. And for this this event with you, Ava, I placed several several promotions, several specials, and discounted offerings for a number of my books and various um, programs that I have going on. And it's twinklesplace.org/specials.
And I just had it open. I'm looking for it again. Hang on one second. Oh, there it is. Okay, give me one moment, my friends. I have to hit the share button. Here she is. And would you like me to scroll down while you are sharing, or did you want to just talk in general about the page?
In general, this is my this is, as I said, this is my primary page that I you can find pretty much everything that there is that you ever wanted or didn't want to know about me is on this page. And there's links to a number of my other projects as well. My Empowering Women television project, there's links on there. I'm about to, in June, I am launching my Living Life as a Prayer Patreon page, and that's the top billing on this special. There's several different tiers that people can join. As little as $8 a month, there is a postcard service that I'm beginning to generate where I'm sending items through snail mail, just little special postcards with my art and photographs I've taken. It's a way of connecting with people who sometimes are isolated or just are, I don't know if tired's the right word, but would like an alternative than to just using their computers to communicate. And in addition to that, though, I am offering a couple of online programs. One for the community, and one is 100% exclusive to women. What else? I have a couple of women's retreats coming up, one in Maine and one in Florida. Next year, one in California. And I mentioned earlier the new Summertime Reflections book, which is a similar format to the 30 Days of Reflection that I just shared with your audience today. I have my Women of Spirit book series. We have two published so far, which are inspirational anthologies with women featured from all sorts of different backgrounds, and from sages to ministers to Reiki masters and onward. And we're curating our third anthology in the series, and it will be published later on this year. And there's several other items on there. But yeah, if your viewers would like to go take a look and see what is currently being offered, I would love to get to know them, and certainly be honored to be able to provide them with some of my books. There are deeply discounted offerings on there. A lot of the books are being offered for 50% off.
Oh, beautiful. That's fabulous. Okay. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing and thank you for everything that you have shared with us tonight. It's been beautiful spending some time with you, getting to know you, and to our listeners out there, keep showing up for yourself. Keep remembering to put you first and to make sure your self care is a priority.
Mm.
So, if you would do so, my friends, let's take our candle and just take a moment to tap into that connection again, that heart space connection we have with each and every one of us who are present at this point in time. Let's imagine that we are seeing that light in our hearts right now. If you can just take a moment to see that light growing bigger and stronger in your heart. And let's spread that light from your heart out to others, out to our community. Keep growing that light, my friends. See it getting bigger and bigger and expanding and completely filling our homes, our communities, our country, and the world at large. Let's see this beautiful light in our hearts completely enveloping Mother Earth in bright white light. And as we settle into that, let's just take a moment to extinguish our candles. Thank you for being here, and we will see you again on the next Raise Your Vibration call. Thank you, everybody.